Hey you guys, today I'm going to show you how to do some textured, full, curly hair with an iron. So this iron that I'm using is the Loudmouth by Head Candy. It's a 25 millimeter barrel, equivalent to about a 1-inch barrel. It is a long barrel, which means it's good for my short-haired girls or my really long-haired girls. So when I do my hair, especially this way, I'm going to take smaller sections, and on each section, I'm gonna do 2 different curls. 2 different curls are really gonna give you a lot of fullness, a lot of body, a lot of different texture to your hair. If you have fine hair, this is a great trick or a great way to kind of amp up the body all throughout your hair. So this is freshly washed hair. I always use a heat protectant and a mousse when I blow dry. Now that my hair is blow dried, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take a little bit of a hairspray. I'm gonna use a new hairspray. A little bit of a hairspray and just do a really light mist. All you need is just like 1 spritz. If you get too wild, you can brush it through. Usually my fine hair needs a little bit more convincing to hold a curl. So my iron is going to be set at 350. I don't want to go much higher than that. When I am curling this here, I am going to take smaller sections. So I'm going to try and focus a little bit on this bottom layer, small sections. So when I'm using my iron is facing back. I'm going to switch and wrap it around and just gently pull that through. You can see I'm already getting a lot of volume right at the base, which is where I want this. Rule of thumb, if you take a smaller section, you will get a smaller curl. If you don't want to section this small of a hair, you can take a bigger section, but it's not gonna give you as tight of a curl. So same thing, holding my iron facing back, I'm gonna wrap. Now some of these I'm gonna wrap and then leave a couple inches out. Some I'm not gonna leave that much out. But you can see, look at this. Now, first of all, look at the volume that I have that's coming out from my scalp. That is what we want, especially with fine hair. Sometimes it takes a little bit more convincing to stay curled and to stay nice and full. Another small section, when I'm wrapping really close to my scalp. I'm still holding the iron straight up and down. I have a little bit of hair left, and then I'm just gonna open and gradually pull that down. So now, if you get a little carried away and some of these pieces are more straight than you want them to be, that's okay. It's all right, because messy curls are really what natural curls look like. I shouldn't say messy, but they're all not uniform. They're all not the same. So don't get too worried or concerned if your curls, if you have a set of curls that just didn't really do what you wanted it to do. It'll all work out in the end. So I'm wrapping, now this one I wrapped all the way down. So you can see the difference between this where you have more of a straight edge and then this that's got more of a curl. That's what we want. We want something that's gonna be a little bit more textured, a little bit more different. But I still am taking small sections. I don't know why I started in the front and worked my way. I need to start in the back. Okay, so now when I section, I am gonna take small sections all the way around. So I'm taking about a 1-inch section all the way around my scalp. Now, if you have really fine hair or your hair is hard to get that fullness, you just feel like you can't achieve that with your curling iron, you could take any kind of wide tooth comb and back comb at your scalp, and that's going to give your hair some extra oomph. That's not necessary, but if you feel like you want to do that, absolutely try it. Same thing, I'm just going to take small sections and wrap all the way. So I'm wrapping this one, I'm going to leave a little bit more out just because I don't want a super curly Q. Now you can see this piece here, what I did is I grabbed it when it was still hot. when I saw it come off the iron, I realized it was too curly. So if you grab it and kind of pull down when it's hot, it will relax a little bit. On the flip side of that, if you want your hair to be curlier, so you could cup it in your hands and let it cool there, or you could use bobby pins and pin them up in place. Okay, can you guys see the body, the volume? One thing that I also want you to notice is that when I am curling these pieces, I'm not holding them down. I'm actually holding the hair straight out and curling that way. So when I'm curling, I'm still getting all of this volume and body in my curls on the inside of my hair. Another important thing to remember is to keep your hands out of your hair while it is cooling. Okay, that is going to give you and help keep the curl in your hair. Now these front pieces, these are bangs that I've been growing out that I like to cut, and then I like to grow them, and then I like to cut them. You know, we've all been there, right? So when I do these, I like to hold them a little bit more straight out. This side, I like to go and hold my iron upside down and just really run it through really fast. And then I pull it because I don't want to have a really tight curl there. I want my curl to kind of begin right at my cheek. Also, with these curls, since I have all of this nice body down here, I don't want to get really carried away with having a lot of volume up here. So I'm going to go about mid-strand and curl. Okay, can you see? So it's touched my hair. I still have this body right in between, but it's not a curly Q right up top. Okay, so now this is a really important step, especially for girls if you feel like your hair does not hold a curl. Sectioning and taking smaller sections and curling is going to definitely help convince your hair to stay. But setting your hair with a hairspray or a texture spray or something that's got a little bit of hold after your curls have cooled will help tremendously. You could use the hairspray, a light hold hairspray. I'm using passive aggressive. I like to finish personally with a texture spray. I like to let my curls cool, and I like to spray this into my hands and then just kind of scrunch my hair. It gives a little texture. It ends up giving you like a really cool textured beachy kind of wave, even though it's a curl. And it's got a little bit of hold, but it's not going to do anything like weigh your hair down or make it feel gross and yucky. Making sure you're using a little bit of this, a little goes a very long way. So let's hang tight. Okay, now that my curls have cooled, I'm gonna use the Airhead texture spray. I like to spray this in my hands. Anytime that I'm using a liquid, I like to spray it in my hands work it through, and then start from the bottom up. If I start right here, it's gonna weigh my hair down. It's gonna take away everything that I just worked really hard to get this nice volume. So, couple sprays. One actually will do. This is a new bottle. So one will do. It's a liquid. So I'm gonna rub it in my hands and start from the bottom. Now, if you really, really struggle with keeping your hair curled, I would take this and work it on your fingertips and piece your hair apart that way. This is going to still separate your curls, make them kind of cohesive without totally erasing what you just did. So start, you know your hair, start with what works for you. I like to just kind of mess it up because my hair listens to me pretty good now. So look at the volume, look at the body, look at all of this. I am really messing my curls up and moving my hair around. Look at how nice and full this looks. It's not uniform. My curls are all not the same. I have some tighter curls. I have some more looser waves. I swear, this is the trick that you need. Now, if you want to part your hair a different way, you can certainly do so. If you want to go to more of a side, then I usually just flip my part, and you can see what I did there. What I did was I kind of twisted that piece into my other piece. So your hair will listen to you. It might take a little convincing and a little bit of work, but it will listen. Now, I am a side tucker, so I like to tuck my hair. If you like more volume at your crown, this is the time that you can back comb if you feel comfortable back combing. If not, you can use any kind of root lifting powder. I like to use Head Candy's Drama Queen. One spray. This is a new bottle, so I better make sure. Oh, yeah, there we go. One spray. That is all you need, okay? It comes out as a white powder, so you want to be careful. You're going underneath your part. This is like a magic potion, and it's like back comb in a bottle. So great for my ladies that can't actually back comb their hair. I will say it does leave some grit on your scalp. So if you do have really, really fine hair, or you have a sensitive scalp, or you're just afraid of it, that's fine. Spray it on your fingertips and then work it underneath. You don't have to do like really close to your scalp. You can do a quick spray and be set. But you can work this on your scalp. It stays, especially in areas where it's humid. I live in Iowa, so it's humid here. If I were to back comb my hair and go outside in the summer, my hair would fall straight and flat. Not so much with this Drama Queen because it's still here. So I can work my hair, I can run my hands through it. I still have hold, I have shine, I have all of this volume. Oh my land, you guys, let me tell you, if you take your time, section your hair, prep it, make sure you're prepping your hair the right way, use the appropriate products, and be patient because it's learning, you're learning. Be patient, I promise you. You will find a technique that works for you and you will love your fine hair. We'll see you guys later.